Hey guys, it's me. I told you I'd be back. We're doing another focus in drill. Okay, I'll get my paper straight. This is something we do to get our thoughts lined up. You always want to be in agreement with your higher self, actually, which is why we do this. But you don't need to even know that to get benefits. Certainly anyone can understand why, if you're going to go forward with something, you want to get your head straight. Isn't that funny how we use language? I notice this kind of thing all the time. Like, we have these phrases in society, right? Get straight. I'm sure you can think of a bunch more, but we're actually getting lined up. So that's cool. All right. So first we have to identify an upset. And I'm kind of using real life stories, and I might mix them with other facts from other more than one person, just to make it relatable. Let's say you are anxious about asking for a raise. Okay? And this is anything that you can't feel good about is worth your time, because what you put in is what you're getting out. So take some time. This is great for relationships. But here in this example, now this is important. I mean, asking for a raise, you're not just talking about a little bit of money. At the end of the year, that's probably going to add up to a lot of money. And then, you want to feel good about that. So you might be nervous or uncomfortable. So you want to get your head right. So we know we don't want this anxiety. So what does that mean? We want to be confident. We want the opposite, confident to speak to boss about raise. Okay, there we go. So let's make our pie. And as you may have heard me say, now this is not going to be a really big deal. So I know to just give us a few pieces of pie here. It's not going to be a long, drawn-out thing. I don't think. I think I can get straight on this, get on board with myself here and agree to feel confident. So how do we get there? Well, what's the best thing I can think up right now? What is the best thing? And I can even, if this is too personal to me, I can pretend I'm doing this for a friend. Like, say you're trying to talk your friend up, and what might you say to them? You might say, well, people ask bosses for raises. I mean, that's a fact, right? This happens all the time, and it's probably happened to the boss in question. So you're not doing anything out of the ordinary. That's a great place to start. And remember the tactic I used, I depersonalized it by pretending I was helping someone else, but this is true for me as well. So already I've got to kind of bask in that one good thought, sit with it, feel it. And I realize it's not rocket science. It's not a big deal. It doesn't have to be a big deal. This happens all the time, and it's probably happened to my very boss, okay? And then the next thing I can think of is, well, he's not going to fire me. He's not going to fire me. I mean, come on, think about it. If he was the type to fire me for that, should I really be even there in the first place? Because I'm a pretty good worker. I shouldn't be around someone so volatile if this is true. So worst case scenario isn't going to happen. I don't actually believe that's going to happen now that I've cognized it. All right, he's not going to fire me. It would give me a chance to speak to my attributes. Maybe Maybe you don't get to visit with your boss that much. Maybe you don't get to toot your own horn because maybe he doesn't even know exactly what you do or what you've brought to the table recently or this year. Who knows? Maybe somebody else has been getting credit for something that you've been doing. If you just kind of sing your own praises, it's a chance to connect with him and for him to see you in a better light. To see me in a better light. Okay. And then I think, building off of that thought, one just comes right after the other. This is happening very naturally. My next thought is, hey, if I can speak to my attributes, then I should also be willing to hear feedback. So this will allow me the chance to hear feedback. And then that way I could improve. So even if I don't get a raise this time, well, look what I did. I just have more information, I have more feedback, so I could actually increase the time till I do get a real raise. Because had I not heard about the feedback from the boss, then, 6 months went by, then that's 6 months that I didn't change because I didn't know I didn't know what he was thinking. So feedback goes both ways. Okay, well now this is sounding like a better idea. And I actually feel like I could show him a good side of me because I'm kind of feeling pretty good about myself right now. And maybe he doesn't see me too much in the company, but maybe he can kind of see me in this other light because I'm even realizing I have some skills. So this is good for our relationship. All right. And then, so building off of the feelings, now I'm kind of excited. Speaking about my attributes, I'd be open to hearing if he has anything to ask me. If he wants to ask me about my ideas. So I'm just creating another avenue for communication. It's an opportunity. If you can sit in front of the boss, it's a great opportunity. Okay. And then, it took me all this, and I wasn't even allowing myself the idea that I could actually get it. I might actually get a raise. And even if I don't get a raise, I'm getting information. Okay? Information will allow me to make the best decisions. And actually, can't even put a price tag on that. That's probably it is the highest thought in the bunch because we just built off each other the momentum. Because I really care about myself. And if I'm not going to get anywhere in this company, and I get to sit in front of this person, even if I don't get that raise that I was, kind of hoping for, hey, I could get out of this situation. If I get a vibe or he just starts shaking his head without even considering it, maybe I move on. So information is going to be powerful for me. And then I find somebody that's a better match that will have the ability to appreciate me. So that's cool. I wouldn't have known that. I would just kept punching in every day, right? So I feel okay now. Like, what's it matter? I went from being anxious and nervous, which is kind of standard. It's like I didn't even really think about it. It's just had this generalized anxiety because that's what everybody feels when they talk to their boss. I hadn't even really thought about it in depth. But by the time I worked my way through and I built upon each thought, and I got more and more positive, then it became really clear to me that I actually don't even care what he thinks. Because I have skill, I know what I'm about. I want to hear if the company can afford to compensate me. If they tell me they can, and they give me a timeline and I believe them, like the work's coming in and we're all going to, get better together, then that's good. But now I know for sure if he's going to even try to make me happy, because I could do something else. And wow, I never even thought about that. Here I was afraid of him, and now, I'm thinking about spreading my wings. Like, that's pretty amazing. And I'm literally doing this in front of you. Like, it really works like magic. So that's how they work. You're building upon itself. Remember, you're caring about yourself enough to take the time to do it. I'm telling you, it does not work if you just do it in your head. It works better on paper, and it works even better if you're doing it like I'm talking to you out loud right now. If you want to do it with like a witness, you don't have to, though, for sure. You don't have to. But that's how you focus. You're like, how can I feel better about doing that? Get straight with it. Now you're lined up, and you know that you're lined up because you feel good. That's how you know. All right. Thanks, guys. You can if you have a question, put it underneath and I'll answer you. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.